I'm here with Thomas to talk about Before the Dawn and their surprise EP. I mean, surprise to me. I had no idea this was even on the plans. Archaic Flame out March 8th on Napalm Records. How's things going with you?
It's going well. It was a surprise for us also. It wasn't also it wasn't part of our plans either. But after we did the Finnish and European tour back to back with both bands, and once we were like about to end the European part, we were just too excited, and there was way too much energy to continue that we wanted to go back to studio to do some more music, and we got label convinced that they are like willing to like release an EP this close for the new album. And yeah, it was kind of like spontaneous thing to do, but it was too much fun to play together after such a long break. And just we wanted to keep on going, and it would have been way too early to start work with the new album. So yeah. This thing had to happen, even though it wasn't meant to happen.
It's very surprising because you're a very methodic guy. You plan out everything. So when I saw this EP popping out, I'm like, what's happening here? Did he get hacked?
Yeah, but it was like we didn't know what to expect around January 23. Like, how's the year gonna be for Before the Dawn? And then it was just like watching this slow motion car wreck in a good way. But it's just like a lot of things have started to happen on their own, because like I've been around already now 10 years with Wolfheart. I did 10 years back in the days with Before the Dawn. So I learned that nothing happens on its own. You need to suffer, you need to sacrifice, you need to lose a lot of money or your time or both to have anything happening in the music industry. So we didn't expect things to happen. We didn't see the super cool festival season to happen. We didn't expect the Finnish tour to have such a great ticket sales. We didn't expect the European tour to happen even. And when we were like ending the European tour, we already had the offers from Summer Breeze, several Finnish festivals for this summer. We had the offer for 70 tons. So yeah, a lot of all of those things just like were pushing the band forward, and we were just enjoying the ride. That doesn't happen, at least to me. So yeah.
So let me ask you this: with the success of the European and Finnish tour, should I expect you guys to consider coming to North America and do a North American run?
There was very brief conversation about like maybe trying to do the same in North America, to joining both Wolfheart and Before the Dawn, but that wouldn't happen until later in 2025. Because
so it's a possibility.
It is possible, and I would love to see that happening, but it is, as you know, that's not the easiest thing for European. That's actually the most difficult thing for European band to do at the moment, if you count out Russia, because that's impossible. Mm-hmm. But yeah, with the starting cost and the visas and the whole thing needs so much planning. And also, like me, I don't know exactly what's gonna be the schedules for next year for Wolfheart. I know that I'm gonna be full booked for this year already. I have everything set until December. Juho doesn't know his schedules with Swallow the Sun for the next year, so it's just question marks. So I think it would be possible when the next Before the Dawn album comes.
Okay, so something to look forward to. Yeah. So let's talk about this EP. I want to talk to you about all four tracks, because there's enough to discuss with all four. But before we talk about them individually, let me just ask you this: the two new songs, Archaic Flame and Chaos Sequence, they have, from the moment I heard them, they gave me a huge Wolfheart feel. Do you see a little bit of Wolfheart in the sound of these songs?
No, I do get your point. Like when I was writing the songs for Stormbringers, it wasn't that clear to me where Wolfheart is going musically. But now that I've pretty much completed what needs to be done musically for the next album without revealing any schedules. Now it's super clear, and now I have a lot more like a wiggle room with Before the Dawn, and because I think King of the North was the most Before the Dawn sounding Wolfheart album, if you think it that way.
Yeah, that's true too.
So now both bands are a lot more separated musically. So it's not like it sounds more like Before the Dawn, but now, how can I put it? It went really complicated in my head. But if you listen to like the Rise of the Phoenix, the last or Death Star Rising, the last two Before the Dawn albums, these songs would fit on both albums super easy. So I get to do more freely the Before the Dawn I wanted to do, because now Wolfheart has a clear musical path also.
Is it hard for you at times to distinguish between the two?
No.
In your mind is a lot more clear than it is maybe for me listening to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm always at least one album ahead of you.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because now what we are talking about, the EP that I wrote before end of last year, and I already have all the material written down for the next Wolfheart album. So I'm always one step ahead. So to me, it's easy to see things differently, because I know how Wolfheart is going to sound on the next album.
But when you're writing the music, is it easier for you at that time? Like, let's say you pick up a guitar, you pick up drums or a keyboard, whatever it is that you start a song with. In that moment, when you pick it up, do you say, okay, I'm going to pick it up to write a song for this band? Or you pick it up and you just start working on something, and then you decide based on how it turns out which band is going to be the one performing that song?
I know it when the first idea comes out. Like, does it sound like this is like, I know where it's going to end up. It's going to be Wolfheart, Before the Dawn, or Dawn of Solace. But I never finish a song without knowing the destination of the song. I don't have a songs lying around and then I just like I know it from the first idea, and then from that idea I built the song for that band that the idea represents. To me it's super clear, but I do understand how it doesn't look clear outside sometimes.
I have to ask you this, because listening to this EP gave me great information, and it gave me great music. And the first thing I want to ask you is about Paavo and his vocals, because in the beginning when he first joined the band, the first couple of singles, I felt like there was he wasn't completely integrated into the sound. It felt at times like there was a little bit of a gap. Maybe he wasn't fully comfortable yet. Listening to this EP now and listening to these new songs, it was phenomenal. Like I thought his voice was the best I've heard him on any track that he's recorded with you for Before the Dawn. Have you seen that same improvement and that same growth from him as a vocalist across both records?
Yeah, and not just he didn't just jump basically straight to studio, but he also had to take the frontman status also on the shows and the tours and the festivals. It's a different thing that if we would only do some few club shows after the album came out, but we did the biggest festivals we ever done in Finland, right around the time the album came out. So it's not just what we've seen him improving as a vocalist, but also the stage presence and the quality of the singing. Like, he did awesome job in the beginning, but now he's phenomenal on stage. And the European tour he did, that was just like a killer set night by night. And I don't understand. I have a lot more poorly growling technique that he has, but I don't get how well he can perform every night on the touring conditions, having to do all the vocals, both clean and growling, and like so yeah, I've seen the whole learning curve and the process of him getting better. And of course, we didn't really know each other when we started to work with the album already or touring. It was a really fresh start for everybody. And after playing like over 50 shows together and traveling all around Europe and Finland, you get to know somebody. And you know, when that amount of touring is done, you know if the chemistry is going to be there or if this going to be working out. So
is it also easier for you to write, for example, let's go into the first song, Archaic Flame, knowing what you can get out of him now, having that bond and building that trust with him, does that make your job easier writing a song like that? Because I thought his vocal performance on that track was phenomenal.
It wasn't difficult in the beginning. I don't want to make it sound like the comparison is that strong, because it was super easy back then. But now, of course, because I know what he can do with the voice, and I've seen him I heard him doing the vocals on the older songs so many times live now. So yeah, because I know he can do basically anything. Like, I don't need to have any boundaries when writing the songs, thinking like this cannot be done, or this is going to be too low or high or aggressive. We had those issues before the Dawn, when we were combining like the clean vocals and the growling. So yeah, I know it's not just because of him, but also after 10 years of break, playing together with Juho again and playing together with Pyry again, like having this like I haven't had this much of positive energy. I think I have a lot of like bad stories. I have more bad stories than good stories when it comes to like looking back my whole career. So this is kind of like a new situation. So it's so much easier to work with and for a band that carries this amount of like professionals and positive energy. So everything is like easier than it's ever been for any other band.
The two new tracks, Archaic Flame is the one that opens. After that comes Chaos Sequence. Was it important for you to create two new songs that were slightly different from one another, so that the listener has a little bit more of a wide range, a wider palette? Because it gets even wider after with the cover and the live track, but especially with the cover, let's hold on that. But was it important that Chaos Sequence stayed in line in terms of this? Like, the guitar sound is very similar to the guitar sound on Archaic Flame, but it's a different song. It gives you something different. Was that important to have?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge when you are doing an EP. I had the same when I was doing the Skull Soldiers for Wolfheart. When you only have 2 or 3 new songs that you can put on the EP, it's a lot more precise than the full album to have a solid package, but still diverse, and do that only with 2 songs or max 3. So yeah, of course, they had to stand alone differently, but still feel like they are part of the same. So yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have a vibe like they were created together or around the same time, but still very different. But nothing is as different as Run to You. When I saw before I heard the song, when I saw the track listing, I was like, where did this come from? Of all bands, of all artists, you guys could do a cover. Bryan Adams?
Yeah, well, we actually gave Paavo the responsibility of making the list of songs he would like to do, because it's when you're doing a cover song as a metal band, I think the vocals play a bigger role than anything else, because usually the cover songs are not it wouldn't make any sense to cover another metal song anyway. That would be the most boring way to go. So yeah, we wanted him to build the short list of songs that he would feel like most comfortable and interested of doing. And then when I saw Bryan Adams on the list, that's one of my favorite songs from Bryan Adams. I do listen to other music than metal. I instantly heard how we can make this work super easy and how it's going to sound. And it is a good song. It's a good song. It fits really well for Paavo's vocals, and it fits really nicely into a metal song. without actually making it sound like a stupid joke or something like that. We have those experiences from like Children of Bodom and
yeah, with the Britney Spears stuff.
Yeah, and the Flesh God, I love the guys, I love their music, but the Blue.
The Blue, yeah. Eiffel 69 or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So it's super easy to like make this kind of joke kind of thing also. But I think we honored the song, the original arrangement of the song well enough, but it still sounds nothing like Bryan Adams at the same time.
I'm going to tell you something before you see my review about that song, because I love the EP, but there's one thing about that song that I didn't like, and that was the harsh vocals. I think I know why you guys used a little bit of those harsh vocals as backing vocals to the clean vocals, because you want to give it a little bit more metal. You want to give it a little bit more oomph. At least that's what I thought the reason why you guys did it. But his clean vocals were so good that I'm like, why are you putting these harsh vocals in the background? Like, it was so good.
Yeah, but that's what we were actually balancing with that quite a lot in the final mix. We recorded the growls, but already when we did the recordings, we knew that we probably not going to use them, or it's just an option we're going to decide on the mix. But I think it sounds great. I personally, I love combination of growling and clean vocals. I think having only clean vocals would have been a little bit too much towards the original version. This kind of like sets it's more apart from the original version. And again, I love Paavo's growling. So whenever he does the growling, I think it makes everything better. It's just like, if you want to improve something, you put Paavo's growling on top of, or beneath, or in the middle. It's like bacon in food.
I was going to say it's like ice cream on a sunny day.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's I do get your point. Like, it would have carried out well with the clean vocals. It's not like the song needed the growling.
No, it didn't need it at all. It didn't need it at all.
But I do think that it's slow enough in the mix that it doesn't dominate. It doesn't like take over the space from the clean vocals. But since that is the style of Before the Dawn, combination of the growling and the clean, so having the full song as clean, I think it would have been too ordinary.
Mm-hmm. And then takes us to the last one, Dying Sun Live. I think the best compliment I can make for that song, for you, for him, is that it sounded like he was the original singer.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty much the best. Yeah,
I think that's the best thing I was blown away. And I think the great thing about that song being included on the EP is that not every fan of the band has seen you guys live. Like, I haven't seen you guys live. So having that live song there gave me a little bit of a taste of what this new lineup sounds like playing the old songs. Yeah. And it was like the song was written for him, and it was like he was the original singer. I thought it was phenomenal. So did you record more than just this one? Yeah,
we did. Since we had our own sound guy bringing his own mics and cables, stage box and consoles, he wanted to record all the shows we did on the Finnish tour anyway. Just that he can listen to the shows and improve his quality of work throughout the tour. And we were, of course, totally okay, because we knew that at some point we probably gonna need some bonus material, or we want to release some live material. So it's we have a lot of gigs recorded.
So there's the possibility of a live album in the future or something like that.
Yeah. Like, we already like released the one live version from Dying Sun already, like in quite early, like it was before the album release, or like early summer last year. I think there's the My Darkness live version, at least there should be, but we are planning to release as many live versions as it makes sense. We didn't want to put too many old songs because, of course, we were promoting the new album. So it doesn't look good if we are only riding the wave of the old material. So one of the reasons we are not going to release a live version of Dead Song for a long time, because we want to also underline the new material, that being the new band. This is the Before the Dawn of this time.
Is
But
the dawn of the before the dawn of the new before the dawn.
yeah.
But I thought it was great because, like I said, I haven't seen you guys live, so I didn't know how his voice was going to translate to the older material. So getting this track on this EP for me was just bonus. Really, like it was like, wow. Was he the original singer? Like he was like phenomenal. Like he did a phenomenal job on that track.
Yeah, he does equally good quality that Lars did with clean vocals, but he does better growling than I did. That's yeah, I do fully agree, and the band has never been this good live. Of course, you can always argue with the taste, that if you don't like his clean vocals as much as Lars or Panu, who sang on the first two albums, or if you don't like him being in front and you would rather have me in the front, that's just a matter of taste. But like overall quality of each show and the execution of every song and everything, the band has never been this strong live. So well, it's also equally, I've never been this proud of bringing Before the Dawn on stage. So it's a lot of things are a lot more fun than I was expecting things to be.
Well, for my last question for you, it's not even a question. I mean, it is kind of a question, but I'm going to see Before the Dawn this summer because I'm coming to Finland in August. I'm going to be in Tampere at the Sarlivetti Festival.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to be there, the whole family. My wife is coming, my son, obviously, myself will be there to do some content for the channel and content for the festival. So we're finally getting to see you guys perform live. So for somebody who's traveling all the way from Canada to Finland, what can we expect from a set list of you guys on a festival like that?
I don't know yet. It's way too far away at the moment. So we're gonna build a set list for the summer, probably late spring. So I don't know. I have no idea. I've been so caught up with whole Wolfhard, new music, Australian tour, East European tour thing that we're gonna play songs. That's what I can guarantee. There's gonna
you're gonna play drums, and you're gonna play.
There's gonna be music on the set list. I'm gonna play drums. Those are guaranteed. Rest of it is still blur.
The rest is up in the air. I'm looking forward to it. I was really excited when I saw that you guys were part of the festival. You were one of the first bands announced. I'm so excited.
Have you been in that festival before?
No, my first time going to that festival. First. I mean, I've been to Tampere before. Last time I was in Finland, I was there, but I've never been to that festival before.
That's gonna be very nice and exciting experience for you. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the lineup of bands, more Suvitas playing there as well, so I'm excited about that. Turmion Katilot is playing, so for me, it's going to be like a checkbox. I'm going to check all these bands that I love that don't get to tour as much in North America or at all, and I'm going to get to see them perform there. So I'm going to see you this summer.
Awesome. That's really good news. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, as always, and I'll see you in August.
Yeah, awesome.
Take care, man. Bye.